well. I just want to quickly introduce myself. I'm Sarah. I'm from Blue Customer Success Team. And today's topic, I will be sharing you on how to use Blue for consulting. And I'm just going to go a little bit in depth on the Blue features and the hierarchy. And if you're someone new to Blue, this is something that's quite important for you, I would say, to know the hierarchy and know how Blue works, and then know the terminologies on Blue as well. Like for example, we use to do for tasks, so maybe that's something that could be confusing for a lot of people who's new to Blue. So I'm just gonna share with you really in depth on how to get started with Blue, and then we're gonna jump into Blue for consulting and how you can use Blue for consulting as well. So I'm just gonna speak a little bit more about consulting. So there's actually a lot of different types of consulting based on my research. There's strategy consulting, operational consulting, management consulting, and of course, financial consulting. So I'm just gonna share with you a very broad and a very general way on how we can use Blue for consulting. I'm not gonna get into a niche point, but if you would like me to speak something or anything that regards to consulting, please let me know and then I'll try my best to answer. But then I'm just going to share with you also on how to use Blue for consulting. This webinar is again recorded. If you have any questions or concern, you can always just leave anything in the chat box and I'll try to answer it as fast as I can. Because I do have a dual monitor here just so that I can see all the chats and all the questions that you have. If you would like me to stop during the webinars and then share with you any specific feature, I would happy to showcase that as well. And today I will be also introducing two new features that we just released on Blue yesterday. So it's very new, and I really hope that you enjoyed this week's webinars. So I'm just gonna quickly turn off my video now, just so that I can have a better connections for this as well. I just want to share quickly also the main 3 points on why you should actually use Blue for consulting, or why you should actually use Blue to manage your workflow. So the first reason would be using Blue to create a structured workflow so that you can always just come back in every single day to check and prioritize your workflow. So when you set a routine like this, it is something that can be very helpful for anyone who's is forgetful or anything like that. You always have everything right on Blue. And then also communications, that's the second reason. Communication is big on Blue. We have a transparency communication so that everyone in the team are aware of what's going on, and then also you can invite your clients in to be a part of the project, which could be very personal for any consulting project as well. The third reason would be our unlimited storage. This is something that we're very proud of and we like to present to our customer. It's because you can store everything right on Blue, especially like your contract. I personally store all of the Blue videos on Blue just so that I don't overload all my storage on my computer, but that is something that really helpful. So one is to set a routine for your daily workflow and your team member, and two is team communication, and then three would be storage, a place where you can have everything right on Blue. So just gonna share with you how Blue works very quickly on this slide. So Blue works as a company. Start with a company, and then you have your project within those companies. And within this project, you have different types of view. You have your board view, you have your calendar view, and then you also have your list and your database view, and then you also have your map view. So we have multiple views for you. What you're more comfortable with. Sometimes you're more comfortable with calendar, sometimes you're more comfortable with database, but the default view at Blue is the board view. And on the view, you have your to-dos, which is your tasks. And within the task, you also have your subtasks, which we call checklist items on Blue. So let me just gonna show you how that will look like on Blue now, instead of showing you different slides. Okay, so let me share you my other screen. Okay, so this is what a Blue company looks like, but let me go to the home page here. So in the home page, you have like different types of companies here. So I have multiple companies because I personally jump into client's company and then help them set up just in case if there's anything, any bugs, or if there's any issue that they need me to look into, if there's any feature that they need help with. So I would just quickly go into their company and help them out. So let me just go to the Blue project. Oh, and then also we have recent projects. So these will show all of these companies that I recently was in. So I could just quickly jump back into if I need to. So let me just go to the Blue company now. So like I mentioned, this is the company and then you have your projects. So as you can see here, I have about 31 projects, which is quite a lot of projects. So I like to organize it by folders. So folders is unique for yourself only. So other team members don't have access to the folders that you created, only you can have access. So if they want to organize their project, they'll need to create their own folders. So you have your projects, and then within the project, let me just go to the sales CRM project. You have your to-do, which is the task that you need to get your work done. Oh, and by the way, this is the board view that we currently have. It is a default view. So it's like a Kanban board view where you can just move quickly where the process of the work is going to be, and you can definitely move it to the close list if you're done with the project. So this is the board view, and then you can switch to the calendar view. You can switch to the database view. You can also switch to the list view. And last but not least, the map view. So if you're someone who works a lot with like different countries, different regions, map view is very, very handy, especially for anyone who has to go overseas, or if you're going to a different location, you can definitely pin it on the map view as well, so that you can always go back in and see, oh, this client is from this area, or this client is from that area. So map view is just a quicker way to pin everything and store their location. And then let's go back to the board view. And within board view, we have the list. So this is what we call list. Prospect, contacted, proposal, meeting, negotiating, follow-ups, close one. So this is what we call list. And within those lists, you can create tasks or what we call to-do. So within the to-do, you have your to-do's title, and it will say that this is in a list of follow-up. You can also change the list of this to-do right on this here, right on the section here, and then you can also set a due date as well. You can also assign team members, multiple team members on it. So if you're a lead of this project, you definitely want to assign just one team member. You don't need to assign two, and then you can assign them to a subtask if they are the supporter of those leads. And then you can have your tags as well, just to differentiate and categorize your work. Normally, this would say like priority, low priority, or urgent, something like that. But this is just something that I create for this project. It is a consulting project, so that would be like, oh, this is the banking industry, or this is the business industry that we want to consult on, or the design industry that we would like to consult on. So just to categorize and differentiate everything like this, just so that it's easier for me when I filter everything out after. So if I click on banking, for example, it will quickly show me only the banking clients that I have on this project. Yeah, so those are the default fields, which are the titles, the due dates, the assignees, the tags. And as you can see here, I have all these custom fields. So this is what we call custom field. And custom field allows you to just customize and personalize your project to your liking, into your workflow. So for example, within this project, it is a sales CRM. It is a customer pipeline project. So this would be something like their contact information, like their email, their phone numbers, type of service that they would like. So this is what we call a multi-select custom field. So if they want like a few type of work that they want, so they can select different types of select. You can also pick a single select where they can only choose one as well. And then we also have the budget to this, just so that my team are clear that this is the client with this certain budget, so that we can create and move it to our finance team and our other team, and they can do like contracts and anything like that. And then you can see here, I also have a file custom field here. So I like to store all my files here just so I know that this to-do has this type of files. So like, for example, this client needs to do a consulting agreement. So I put up one of the agreements that I have for this client, and then I'll store it here just so that I don't go through my files on my computer and search for that specific client, search for that specific agreement to send them off. I can just quickly put it here, and then I'll know exactly where it is, and that my team members also know exactly where it is, just in case if I'm like on a day off or something, they know exactly where the file will be. So instead of storing it on the computer, I recommend to just storing the contracts or anything that you need to send off to your client, like proposal, anything like that, just so that you can have everything in one place. And then on this section here, you have the comment section and everything. So as you can see, if I remove any tag, if I add any tag, it will lock automatically here, just so this build like a transparency within the project. So you'll know exactly who add tag, who unassigned, who assigned someone, who's working on what. So you're just keeping track of everything right on Blue. But if this get too cluttered, you can always just go to the comment only section and just put a comment up here and say, hey, just gonna mention one of my team member. So to mention, you can just click the add mention, and then can you help send this proposal? Something like that. And then they will receive an email notification and then also a pop-up notification as well. Once you add mention someone, they will receive it here as well. So as you can see here, this is what all my team member mentioned me. So like, this is a new discussion, or like, can you help reach out to the customer, or like, hi, something like that. So anytime that I've been mentioned, it will show up here, just so that I won't miss any mention notification, and that just build like a better communication with the team, so that you'll know that they do receive the notification, and whenever they mention you, you will receive the notification as well. So that's just how custom field works, just to personalize your workflow a little bit. Hold on. Okay, so while we're here, I want to also share with you one of the feature that we recently released yesterday. So while we're here, I'm just gonna share with you the reminder to-dos section. So if you click on here, so this is currently on beta. So to access this, you'll need to go to beta.app.blue.io. So at the moment, it is currently on beta. You can just quickly go to that page and use your usual login. You'll be able to access the reminding section here. So what reminder does, it's like a snooze button for your work. So for example, this client, so I know that I need to do a follow-up with this client, but let's say today I'm a little bit busy, or today I have my schedule all filled up, so I need to follow up with this client tomorrow. So what I'll do is that I'll come in and click on remind me, and then I click on tomorrow. So at 8 a.m. tomorrow on Saturday, this will automatically remind me of this to do. This will send me a email notification, and then it will also give a pop-up notification right here. And it when I come into work the next day, I'll automatically see that. You can also set a specific date or time you like. So let's say pick a date, and then you want this, okay, let's say tomorrow is the weekend, you want to have this first thing on Monday. So you click on 16, and then you change the time, so this would be 9 a.m. and then you set a date. So this I'll know 9 a.m. on Monday, this to do will automatically remind me. It will send me an email notification, just so that I won't miss any of the tasks that I need to get done, so that I'll know next week on Monday I have to follow up with this client. So this is one of the feature that we recently released. So since everyone now joined this webinars, please let us know if you have any feedback, or if you have any suggestions for the reminder, we're more than happy to receive those as well. So just let us know what you would like to see on this. If this is what you think works well, and if it's what you think that might be helpful as well. So I'm more than happy, and the Blue team are more than happy to receive any feedbacks. Okay, so moving on, we also have the calendar. So if you're someone who works a lot with calendar and you need to schedule like meetings with that clients, you can definitely set it through our integrations. That is what we use for Pabbly Connect. You can also sync the to-do to your personal calendar like Google, Outlook, and iCalendar. But I just want to quickly mention that we do have Pabbly Connect so that you can connect this to your Google Calendar as well. So whenever you get a new invite on Google Calendar, you'll receive a new task here so that you'll know that you have a meeting with that specific clients, or you have a meeting with that, you have a call with that clients as well. So definitely you can also look up our Pabbly Connects webinar. I showcase on how to connect Google Meet and then also Google Forms and then also email ticketing system, just so that you can set like actions on Blue. So currently we only have actions to Blue. We don't have Blue to other tools, but you can create like to-dos from different types of tools. We have over 800 plus apps as well that you can connect with Pabbly Connect. And then we have the database view. So database view is something that I personally love, and I mentioned this a few times during our webinars. It is something that I work quite a lot with. So with database view, what I like the most is that you can actually group it. So I can group it by list, and I can see like all prospect. I can go into, okay, who I need to do a follow-up with, who is currently in the meetings. I can also categorize it by tag by just drag the tag to the top. And then I'll be able to see, oh, this is the business consultant clients, this is the branding and marketing clients, and then this is like presenting on what it would be. So like these are the things that I need to get done. And with database view, you can also change the list. You can set a due date as well to this. You can also assign team members. I have a quick questions. Unfortunately, at the moment, list view is not yet possible to modify it. It only works on the database view at the moment. But I do recommend to use both hands in hands when it comes to modifying. But I do personally really do suggest the database view a lot more because it's just much faster, where you can quickly add any meeting notes, or if you need to add any documents like so. You can add like files, you can upload files, you can change the email as well, you can add the phone numbers if you like. You can even add the budget. So let's say like this one has like 50,000 budget, you can add like different budgets. Just quickly come in, and then what I like to do is just sum everything up. So if you just click on here and then you'll drag down, you'll be able to see the total sum as well. I have a quick question here. Hold on, I have a quick questions from one of our customers. So you can actually only mention the people that is in the project, if I understand that correctly. So his and her roles depend on how you invited them in the first place. So you can invite them as clients, team members, view only or comment only. But once you can only mention those who are in the project. So at the moment, it is not possible to mention someone who's not within the project. They won't receive any notifications at the moment. Yes, so no problem, yes. So the database view just works like that. So you can definitely like just change any custom fields. So as you can see earlier, the to-dos, you can see like all the custom field, you have to go into the to-do and then you reach the custom field. But within the database view, you can see all the custom field at a glance. So you don't have to go into, you don't have to go into the to-do. You can just quickly go into the database view and see everything at a glance. If you're someone who works a lot with like spreadsheet or Excel, this is something that I would highly recommend using. Okay, so and then we have our list view as well. Currently we only have integrations with Pabbly Connect. And yes, so I will show a little bit of a, a tour on how you can actually connect with Pabbly Connect later on this webinar as well. Yes, at the moment you can only invite via email. We don't have a link share yet, but that is something that our Blue team is working on. It's one thing that we want to do is a public board. So with that, you can actually share your board as a roadmap on your website or anything like that, just so that everyone can see the board view as well, whoever you share the link with. But at the moment, it's just invite via email. Okay, and then we have yes, I also look forward to that because that would be a huge improvement. Yeah, what features? Invoice feature. So invoicing feature is not yet possible. This is something that's in discussions for quite a while back, but it hasn't been requested so much lately, just so that we don't really know if it's kind of helpful. But definitely if you have a use case, you can let us know by email us at help@blue.io, and then I'll definitely share this with everyone. So this is our email. So you just let us know like the use cases, and with use cases, it really helps us build the project, build the feature a lot faster. Yes, okay, back to the map view. So like I mentioned, map view is something that you can pin on a location custom field. So to do that, let me just do that quickly for you. Go back to the board and let's say this client here. And let's put a location custom field. So to do that, you click add more fields. And then you go to, you say location. And then you click on the location custom field like so. Okay, and then this way you can enter where are they from. Okay, this is a country custom field. It's Canada for now. And then you can just quickly, these are not from Canada. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. And then as you can see here, this pin here, it's pink. It actually reflects the first tag color. So if you change this, remove this and say presenting in green, this will automatically also change the color. So the color of the pin reflects the color of the tags. So now we go to the map view and let's try to find where we pinned earlier. Oh, okay. So now as you can see, click on it and then you'll be able to see that's the location of that task. But again, also it's very, if you have a lot of location pin, you'll see many tags here as well. Move outside the folder again. Okay. So you mean this template section here? Currently this template section, we don't have folder yet. But we do have folders on the project, and to do that, you can just click on it and then you can just drag it out like so. Oops, sorry, it's not working for me. Okay. So as you can see, you can just drag it to the bottom and then you'll be able to see the project outside of the folders. Quickly put that back in there like that. Yeah, and then let's go back to our board view. And another feature that I want to share with you today is file folders. Since you mentioned folder, this is something that I also want to share as well. So this is folders. So as you can see here, we have file folders now on Blue. This is again also on beta. So if you go to beta.app.blue.io, you'll be able to access you'll be able to access this file folders, and within folders you can also create more folders within the folders. So that is something that's quite handy. So if you have a lot of things that you need to put in place, you can always just quickly do that and then move it to the folders like so. So that is file. So sorry, it's not okay. So this is what a file folder is like. And if you want to see the file size or anything like that, you can always just click on here and you'll be able to see the owner of the file, the size of the file, what type is it, and you can also download and delete right on this tooltip here, or you can just click on it and right click, and then you'll be able to do the same function as well. Again, this is currently on a beta version. So if you go to beta.app.blue.io, you'll be able to access this file folder section here, which is something that I know a lot of our Blue user has been waiting for. And now that it's here, I really hope that you find it helpful as well. Yes, exactly. MapView is very helpful if you visit clients or if you have a meeting with that clients on that day, you can just quickly pin it. One use case that we use quite a lot is just for meetings as well. And also one of our customer uses MapView for like their different area projects. So MapView is very, very handy for those who works with a lot of like different locations. And then we also have forms. So forms, I built like a forms for consulting inquiry. So what that will look like is basically like the name. So you can share this on your website as well by just click on the embed HTML, and then you'll be able to paste this onto your website, your Webflow, or your WordPress, or any website tools that you're using to build. And then you can gather your client's information right on here. So to build a form, you can just quickly drag and drop the to do here and paste it on here as well, or you can just delete it. You can also click to require it or not. You can have the name. This is the company name. And as you can see, this is a single text custom field. And then this is the due date, just so that they can pick a date on where they want to start, type of services, what's their current budget, and the email, phone numbers. So let me just share with you what this look like. So let me share my screen like this. And then let's do view forms. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is what the form looks like, and you can always embed this to your website again by using the HTML code. So enter the name. So let's do Sarah, and then let's say Blue. We can pick a date. So let's do by the 20th to get started. Services that I want, branding, current budget. Let's do 3,000, and then phone number. And then an email, so let's do that and click submit. So once you've submitted a form, or once your client submitted a forms, it will go straight to the to-do section here. So as you can see, Sarah with the due dates, and then I can just quickly jump in and see, okay, this is their email, this is what I'll know how to contact them. This is the phone number, and this is the service that I want. So I'll pass this to the branding team, and then they'll know exactly what to do by contacting them, build a proposal, negotiating, and so on with the process. And then you have the company's name and also the budget as well. So this way, by building a form, it's helped you gather information from your clients a lot faster and a lot easier. So you don't have to go back and forth and like trying to get their information. So you can use form for that. You can also use forms by selecting a list that you would like. So obviously I'm gonna choose the all prospect list because this is just like the initial step. And then I want to assign this one of my team members just so that whenever a form is submitted, they will automatically assign it to them and they are aware of the form. And speaking of automation, I want to share with you a few automation workflow that might works best for you, and just a very simple automation as well. So let's say, let's do this. When a new to-do is marked complete in any list, then it will move to another list. And that would be close one. Let's do that. So this would be when a to-do is marked complete, then move it to the done or close one section. So let's say this one is completed and we won this project. It should move on to another project now. So let's mark this complete. And as you can see, it moved to the closed one automatically, like so. So definitely I would recommend to play around with automation a little bit more. It really depends on your workflow. What works best for me might not work best for you, but I do recommend some of the trigger and actions that it really helps for you to get started with. Another thing that I like to do is when the new to-do is moved to another list, let's do a follow-up. And I want to assign this to one of my team members just so that they can do the follow-up. And then I want to give them a due date as well. I know this is very extensive, but I think it's really helpful and it really helps me just going in and assign and then add due dates. I'll just let the Blue bot do the automation work for me. Change due date and let's do 3 days. So let's read the summary. When you move to the follow-up, assign team member, change due date to 3 days, and let's see that in action. So Elizabeth Arden, move it to this list, automatically set a date and automatically assign. So I don't have to go in here and manually do it. I'll just use the automations to do the workflow. So that is something that I highly recommend that you started with, and just play around with it and see what works best for you and your company as well. Now I want to also share with you the consulting project a little bit. So this is just a general project that I built from a template. So you can also create your own template for your companies, or you can copy the projects so that you don't have to create everything from scratch. But with consulting, I do recommend to actually build a template. So you have like the questions in hand, you have like the details that you need to get done as well, just so that you don't have to come in and build another project from scratch. You can just use the template as well. As you can see here, I have like ideas, I have questions that the clients can ask or go through here. And if you want, you can also set automation to assign a team member to help answer these questions as well. And then as you can see here, I have one that has a checklist here. So with checklist item, as you can see, this all the checklist item, and you can also break it down to even further categories. So let's say social media kits like that, Canva, something like that. And then you can also assign team members here, and then you also set a due date. So this is, like I mentioned from the beginning, it's like a subtask for your project, and then you can assign, you can set a due date, and what they'll see from here is here in this section. So when they start their morning or when they start their day, started to work, they can go to the My To Do section and click on the My Checklist item. And as you can see here, the canvas has been assigned to me in this project, in this to-do, so that I'll know what's been assigned to me. And this is something that's really helped with team who's working a lot with like a bigger project or bigger task, and you want to break it down so that all of your team member, the support team, can come in and help. So if you're the lead of the project, lead of the to-do, you'll definitely want to choose the checklist item to be an essential for your workflow. Let me go back to the consulting project, and then you have like under review and then the done list and meeting day one. You can set a due date this, and then you can also invite your clients to be a part of this project, which is something that I want to talk about today, is having client being a part of the project, so that you don't go back and forth on email, by using like discussions, for example, like here. You can do like quick discussions and then ask them questions like, hey, thoughts on the new strategy, something like that. Yes, so you can actually add YouTube videos as well. So that's a great question, which I can actually show you how that works. So let's say thought on new strategy, and then you do Yes, you can actually create tasks on database view, which I'll show you after the video one, okay? So let's do this, thoughts on your strategy, and then you can mention like your clients, for example, thoughts, something like that. Not very creative at the moment. Let's just post this. And this just help you save time on going back and forth through email, and you can just do it on the same thread on the discussions. And I know email can be cluttered and it's hard to find, but with discussion, you can just quickly come in here and posting their comment and their section, their thoughts as well. So let me just quickly show you how the embed YouTube work. So let me just use one of our video here. And let me go back to Blue. I just copied the link from the YouTube channel just now, or like the YouTube video. And then you can paste it here, the YouTube, and then when you post it, it will automatically preview it. But with other tool, like let's say Vimeo or other software other than YouTube, you'll need to click here, and then you'll need to go to here and click on paste that Vimeo link to embed and show a preview like this. So from here, you can watch the video right on Blue. So that's just that's how the embed video work. With YouTube link, you can just paste the link and it will automatically preview the video. But with other tool like Vimeo and the Daily Mail, you'll need to click on this link here and embed the section here. I really hope that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just gonna share with you if you can add tasks on the database view. So let's move to the database view now. Now that we're here, there's no option to add tasks, right? On how to do this is you click on list, you drag it to the top, and then you'll be able to add the task to this list. So let's say you have a question list, and then you do thoughts on this strategy, something like that. And as you can see here, it will automatically add a new to-do to that list without going to the board view. You can just do it on the database view. So to do that, again, you'll need to drag the list to the top so that it creates this list for you to create to-dos. And then like, let's say, look into different features, like so. As you can see, you can add to-dos right on the database view as well. And if we go back to the board view, we can see the new to-dos that have been created on the database view. I hope that makes sense and it helps on that matters as well. And then you can also filter everything out, which I showed earlier about tag filter. You can filter it out by assignees as well. So if you want to see what your team member is working on, you can quickly click on their face here and then you'll see their tasks that needs to get done as well. You can also filter it by due dates, like that. As you can see, by due dates. You can also filter it out by custom field, which I'm just going to create a custom field here. Actually, there's already a link custom field here. Let me just use this advanced filter section. And then you click on link and then you say, this may be super peer. And then it'll show you the to-do with the word that says super peer here. But if you have the exact word, you can also do that as well. With advanced filter, I also want to share with this one, since this one we have a lot of custom field, which is something, as you can see here, it's more than the other one. And then you say budget, let's do that, and then it's equal to 3,000. Looks like this. Okay, yeah, there's one to do with the 3,000 advanced filter section. So I would definitely recommend this to whoever used a lot of custom field and wants to filter everything out, just so that you can see a much clearer board. As you can see here, this is quite a small board, like 17 to-dos, but like, for example, our Blue AQ, we have like over 1,000 to-dos here, so that is something that with advanced filter really helps us a lot as well. Uh, so if you're someone who works with a lot of clients, or if you have a lot of to do, I would definitely recommend to use the advanced filtered. I also want to quickly share with you updates as well. So updates, this might be something that not a lot of people use, but I do recommend to use this every single day just to update your team member what you're up to. So let's say, for example, today, what I'm doing is webinars, like that, and post. So once you post this on a daily, it creates a habit where you can actually post every single day how you're feeling, and then you post like this is what you've done that day. This is a practice that we does a lot at Blue, just to keep track of what everyone's doing, and just so that our management team can quickly come in and see, oh, this is what that person's doing at the moment, or this is what that person's done that day. So I would highly recommend to use update feature as well. Okay, so now we do have about 20 minutes left to the webinars. I want to share with you how to use Pabbly Connect quickly, very, very quickly. So let's go to the Pabbly dashboard. Let me move this down a bit. So this is what the Pabbly dashboard looks like. So this is an integration tool that you can connect with different apps. So when you come in, when you log in, you don't have any of these yet. So you need to create a workflow. As you can see, I have like 400 tasks consumed. That's because I do receive support email, and I want to store those in my customer success to do. So that it creates tasks on Blue for me. So what I'm going to show you now is to create a workflow with Pabbly Connect. So let's do this calendar. Create that. So now that you're on the Pabbly Connect, you'll look for Google Calendar. Like so. As you can see here, they have so many apps where you can do integration with. So let's do Google Calendar. And then you want to set triggers. So this would be new events. So whenever there's new events happen, you want to create a to-do on Blue. So let's do connect. And then I already connected to the Google Calendar, but I'm just going to share with you how to connect a new one. It will ask me to prompt sign in as well. Continue. Okay, now we connected successfully. And then I also want to just pick only Sarah at blue.io. So any events that any team members or any clients who invited me on Google Calendar, I will receive a Blue to do as well. So and then I'll click on choose an application. So this I would pick Blue because I want the action to happen on Blue. And then you click on create to do, and you go to connect. So let me just quickly show you how to connect Blue as well. So this is to connect a token, generating an API. So let's now go to Blue. So this, you click add new connection. Now we go to Blue. We go to our setting here. I will click on beta and generate a token, and let's do calendar. Something like that, right? Generate token, and you make sure to copy this, copy the ID, and then also the secret. Make sure no one sees this, but I'm just going to show you an example for now. And this would be the Blue URL. So to find the Blue URL for your company, you need to go to app.blue.io. I know this is quite a long process, and if you want to see an in-depth version of this, I do have a webinar on this as well. So I want to click on Sales CRM, and make sure that you select this Blue here because that is your company name. This could be anything, not just Blue. It could be your company's name as well. But since I'm in the Blue company, I'll need to click on Blue. And then the project, make sure that you select all of it, copy it, paste, and click save. Sorry, hold on. Let me just move this here. Click save. Now you successfully connected Blue to Pabbly Connect. And then from here, you click on, hold on, normally this should work well, but it's just, hold on, save for now so that I don't lose this. Save this, title required. Hold on, I might need to refresh this for a second. Give me a minute. I need to go and do this again. Sorry, this is quite a stretch. Connect, save. So if there's an error or anything like that, you can just quickly refresh it and just save it again. You don't have to connect your API again. Enter the title. This should work now. Okay, hold on. Save, test, insert, respond. I need to do this first. Hold on. Sorry. Need to save, test, insert, respond. Normally it should work here, but at the moment it's not working for me. So let me just save that quickly. Again, I'm very, very sorry. This is not working well at the moment. Let me just quickly do it again. Blue. Test, insert, respond. Don't forget to do that. Create to do. And connect to the Blue 4 API that we set up earlier. And then okay, now that works. So you need to enter the title. So this would be the summary webinars on consulting. This is what I had on my calendar previously. And then the position, make sure that you find sequence type 1, I believe. Save. Okay, now you should receive this section here. And now when you go to Blue, okay, confirmed. When you go to Blue now, let me click on Self CRM. I should be able to receive. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's not showing up for me, but normally it should show up perfectly fine. But at the moment, I think there was a little bit of error going on where I didn't click on received test and respond earlier, so which is why it's not showing at the moment. But normally it should show fine, and it should definitely show this as well. Hold on, let me just make sure. Okay, so it went to my customer support. Hold on. So we click on here because this is what my connection had earlier. Conversations, it should be somewhere here. Okay, so it's not working very well for me at the moment. I'm very, very sorry about that. But if you would like to check a full on in-depth version of this, you can definitely go to our webinars, which is the Pabbly Connect webinar, where I showcase on how that works and show everything in action as well. It's just at the moment there's something error at the on my end, which is not working. So I'm very sorry about that. So yeah, we do have about 10 minutes left of the webinars. Please feel free to let me know in the comment sections if you have any questions or concerns about the tools, or if there's any feature that you would like me to look further into. I'm more than happy to showcase that as well. So please let me know if there's any questions. I'm more than happy to answer right now. We can jump into our Q&A session now and just ask away if you have any questions or concern. Yes, the recording will be shared on our YouTube channel. So you can just go to YouTube and then look up Blue Teamwork, and then you'll be able to find our YouTube channel, which is actually right here. So this is what our YouTube channel is. I'm just going to share the link with everyone. And then also on our community as well. We will also post this on our community so that you can always go back and rewatch this as well. We have a community where we're quite active. You can just post any feature suggestions and just share with you quickly as well what that looks like. So So this is what our community looks like that. So there's like feature requests or anything like that. We'll normally jump in and give a comment or any feedback or any suggestions as well. If you like, as you can see here, we have like the webinars recorded, posted here as well. Yes, so let us know if you have any questions or concern or any feature requests. We do also receive a lot of requests during the webinar, so please let me know, and then I'm more than happy to revert this to the team members as well. I also want to thank everyone again for joining in this week's webinar as well. Yes, so you can definitely create templates to use with certain clients. So that is something that we also do at Matt. So in case you didn't know, we also run another agency called Matt. We have different projects for different clients. So clients will always be a part of the project as well. So we always show like um show the workflow to them. So I would definitely recommend to create a template, and then you can build that template to a project, and within the project you can also invite your clients to be a part of the project as well. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. Also, please, before you leave, let us know where you're from, just so that I can also plan these webinars ahead of time. If it's good for your time zone, if it's okay that you can join in for the next week webinar, because time zone can be tricky. Right now, at the moment, I'm actually in midnight here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So if before everyone leaves, just let us know where everyone's from and what your time zone is. It will be very, very helpful for me. Oh, okay, Eastern. So yeah, awesome. Wow. A lot of people from the US. So I guess the timing works quite well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. It really means a lot to me as well when planning these webinars. Thank you, everyone. And again, if you have any questions or concern, please leave it in the chat box as well. You can always reach us at help@blue.io or just chat to us anytime you would like. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh yeah, so to answer that, beta blue is that because we do push like some of the new feature to beta first, just so that we can test. If any of our user wants to use the beta version, you're more than welcome to. You can just use the same login. Just go to beta.app.blue.io and you'll be able to access the new features that we just released before we push it to production. So we're in like a testing period before we push it to the final. Yep, no problem. Thank you.